Hey, first things first, I already know what y'all gonna say. I know I look like the missing Pirates of the Caribbean character with this hair and in this bandana. Whatever, it's your girl CC. We're coming at you with another video. So, I got some explaining to do. I know some of y'all are like, bitch, where the fuck you been? It's been 3 weeks. I know. I've been gone for a minute and I just needed some time to I've been really busy lately. I've been really busy with a lot of things and a lot of projects and just working on a lot of things. As much as I want to tell you guys what's been going on with me and what I've been doing and all the stuff that's probably going to change for the channel and everything, I can't right now. I can't spill. The tea is not hot. The tea is lukewarm. The tea is barely it's not even burning my fingers right now. It needs to be boiling. So I will eventually tell you guys what has been going on and all the projects that I've been working on and just guys, tell you guys what's going on, but I can't right now because it's just not the right time. But I promise you guys I will be spilling all the tea and you guys will be shook and your wigs will be snatched all the way to fucking Mars. So yeah, there's some discrepancies that we have to address. We just hit 200 subscribers. $200 subscribers. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my god. 200 subscribers. 200. That's the amount of calories that was in my Taco Bell chalupa today. I'm shook. I'm so shook. I know to some of you 200 isn't a lot, but to me it's a lot because I work so hard on these videos and I don't even know why you guys are subscribed to me. I don't even know what makes y'all want to be part of this crazy girl who tells stories, likes theater, and also sometimes is a weirdo. What do you guys want? Do you guys want to just kind of drag me for filth? Is that what you want? Are you waiting for the next scandal to come out so that we can just leave my ass for dust? And wow. In all seriousness though, thank you so much, for real. You guys are awesome. You guys leave me some really nice comments almost every day. Well, not every day, but just every seldomly I get a nice comment. And you guys are just so nice and accepting of me, this fat piece of garbage on the internet. And I just thank you guys so much. Just hearing all my stories, watching me fail at makeup, and just thank you so much. And I don't want to get too emotional, sentimental. I don't want this to be a big, oh my god, I'm sorry, it's 200 subscribers, you guys, oh my god. No, I just want to just thank you guys so much for being here from the beginning, for all the new people who are just coming in. Thank you so much. I hope I keep doing this and we get to 300 and beyond, man, because yeah. Thank you. But anyway, let's stop with the emotional shit. Stop it. Let's stop with the emotional shit. So I was thinking to myself, what am I gonna do for my 200 subscriber milestone? This is kind of important, you know? I gotta think, what am I gonna do for you guys? And I also to let you know, I did post something on my Instagram about my 200 subscribers. You can go down in the link description below to my Instagram or look up here, which is QueenCece_Rose. But I was trying to think to myself, what do I want to do for you guys? I can't just go on a helicopter and angel wings and be like, oh, bow to me peasants, we have reached 200 subscribers. I know I can't do that, and I'm not that funny. So what am I gonna do? Well, I thought about it, and I had to put on my spectacles. See, I was looking through all my videos and I realized that the one video that seems to have the most views so far, out of all my videos that I posted on this channel, out of the 4 years that I've been on YouTube, the video that has the most views by far is the time I told you guys how I got fired at my job at Tim Hortons. And y'all seem to pretty much like that video a lot. And I did say a while back in another video that I was gonna do, talk about how I got fired at another job. Which I know I said that in my last video I was going to start talking about film and stuff like that, but that will come. I'm just I want to do something that you guys really like, and you guys seem to really like it when I talk about how I got fired at Tim Hortons. So now we're going to talk about how I got fired at another job. And that job is FYE. Yeah, I used to work at FYE, and now I'm about to end because of you guys' entertainment and me self-sabotaging myself for my future employers. I'm going to tell you guys how I got fired at FYE. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy this video. So here it is. Here's the story time about how I got fired at FYE. Yay. Alright, so let's go back. way back. Not too way back, but way back enough. You see, this was like maybe the mid-summer of 2017. Yes, this was like about a year ago. And I had basically, this was like right after I had lost my job at Tim Hortons, and I was like in a couple of weeks of school, and I realized to myself, I needed money. Like, I needed me that cash money flow. If I was gonna be able to do anything, I needed to like get that cash money flow, sister. Like that, I needed to do that. I just needed to do that. So I started applying. I started applying for jobs. I applied almost everywhere, and barely anybody was hiring. Barely anybody was just like, you know, looking for anybody. I was just stuck. So this one day, I was at the mall with a couple of friends, and we were kind of walking around different stores and everything. One of them was trying to apply at another store, and we had came across FYE. And we're kind of walking around. For those of you that don't know what FYE is, basically FYE is a store that it's kind of like Hot Topic, but except a lot less cuter. Like, let me make this clear. They basically just sell like a lot of like pop cultural, nerdy, geeky stuff. Like they sell Marvel stuff, anime stuff, like, you know, the stuff you would see at a comic book store, except it's not a comic book store. They also just sell like a lot of DVDs and CDs, which who the fuck buys that? It's 2018, or in this case 2017, because we have everything digitally streaming from our little phone devices right here. So FYE, step your game up. Anyway, but here's the thing. So I was, you know, we were walking around the store, and then I met the manager, and I was like, hey, I was wondering, are you guys hiring right now? They were like, yeah, you try to go on this website, blah, 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 and then, you know, you just keep sending your application and also your resume. So I'm like, okay, bet, I'm gonna do that. So I went home, I applied for the job and everything, and I put everything in there. Being in mind, I need to explain to you guys, like, some of you are thinking, why would you take a job at the mall that only pays $10 an hour when like something like McDonald's, like Tim Hortons, were hiring like $12 an hour? Here's the thing, I don't want to work at any more fast food. I had already been, Tim Hortons was my second fast food experience, and I told myself I'm never doing that again. Plus, also, that shit made me too fat, and I can't have it anymore. I can't be any more thicker than I already am. I'm already trying to get to, like, you know, I'm already at like slim, thick with your cute ass standards. I need to get like thick enough, like enoughly thick, and fast food is not gonna cut it, sister. So I applied at FYE, and eventually, like, the manager, we'll call him Ray for the sake of it. It's not his real name, but that's what we're going with. We'll call him Ray, and basically Ray, he looked over my resume. He called me in for an interview. I go up to the store. I nailed that interview because, you know, I'm me. And basically, like, I get a call about a couple of days later saying that you got the job. And I was like, sweet, awesome, cool. I work at FYE now. That was lame. I'm so sorry. But yeah, and you're probably wondering yourself, so how is working at a place that sells like basically DVDs and like is the somewhat cooler version of Blockbuster any interesting? Well, it is for a couple things. Like I said, we sell a lot more than just like DVDs and CDs and stuff like that. For one thing, we also sell like a lot of like anime stuff. Like I said, it's very much like Hot Topic, except like it's less cute. And people will come in, and the thing about working at FYE, first things first, you get paid every week. That's always a fun thing. I think I should probably also explain to you guys that working in retail, unless it's something like Target or Walmart, you get paid every week when you work in retail, especially for smaller businesses. So yeah, and you basically build that up from your hours, you know what I'm saying? So I would work, and my job consisted of a few things. Number one, fold t-shirts. People would come in, we sell t-shirts, and people would come in and just basically like destroy the t-shirt, right? Like there was a whole wall of t-shirts that had like different like sayings on them and everything from like different pop culture shows or whatever. And legit, that shit would be destroyed by like either halfway through the day or before the day was over. Like that's how bad it was. But luckily for me, we had like a little thing that actually showed us how to do the t-shirts. And I've been so skilled at folding t-shirts since I started working in retail that it's not even funny anymore. It is not even funny how like skilled at t-shirts I've become. I've been folding t-shirts so good, I fold them like the same way I do at my house. Like when I do my laundry, I can fold the same way I do at my job. So yeah. Also, we were in charge of pricing out and also making sure that the DVDs were in the right section. So whenever we got like a big shipment of like DVDs, we had to make sure that they were in the right order and the right section and everything. And usually I would do that pretty good. I would try to, like, you know, figure it out and, you know, try to do it by the chart and everything. And also pricing, that wasn't too hard. And also the hardest thing to do about FYE was just basically like picking up after the DVDs, because y'all would look at the stuff, and I do this too, I'm not, you know, singling y'all out, but yeah, would like look at it and then like just put it anywhere else, and I'd be like, why? It's right there. Why do you have so many subs? Mind your business, David. Anyway, but yeah, so that was it. Also, just like, you know, doing it, ringing up stuff and making sure that everything was okay, peachy key. And yeah, so now let's get into a few little work stories. For one thing, there was this one guy who actually bought, so we had this one statue of Batman at the front of the store, and you could actually see it was like supposed to like a replica of it, but it looked like it was whatever. And this one guy, like, he saw it and immediately he put down some money and he bought it. Like right there. Being in mind, that shit cost, I think, about $500. Probably like the most expensive thing that we had in the store. And he just bought it out of whim. I don't know how he got it out to his car, because again, I said I worked at a mall, so there's that. There's also this one time that I saw this lady, and like she looked like a very sweet old lady. She was like very normal. She looked very, what am I saying? Like, I don't want to generalize, but she looked very normal and everything. And then, like, you know, so I'm watching her, making sure, I'm asking, hey, ma'am, do you need any help? She's like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay. So eventually, like, you know, she comes into the register and I go to ring her up. Lady, homegirl had so much metal music. Like I said, we sold music too. Had so much metal music, like, up here. I just sat there like, I was just like, okay. And I asked her, so are you buying this for, like, you know, is this a gift for somebody? She's like, oh no, this is part of my collection. I just sat there like, damn, I didn't even know grandmas could be like that. Like, some grandmas are hardcore. I shouldn't even say that, because like my grandma's pretty hardcore. She doesn't listen to metal or anything, but I mean, damn. There was also this one time that a kid was like being disruptive, and like he basically knocked down, he basically got so distracted that basically one of the toys that we have, yes, we sold like a few toys, like some Shopkins bullshit, and it fell on his head. It's kind of funny. Also, I should also mention that I was working there around the same time that the fidget spinner craze was around, and it was kind of funny because like the fidget spinners was right across from the cashier. So when people would come up and be like, excuse me, do you sell fidget spinners? I'd be like, right there. And people would buy the shit out of them. It was, and some people stole a lot of them. I will not go into discrete details. So yeah, so you're probably wondering to yourself, let's all get to like the main thing of why you clicked on this video. How did I get fired at FYE? Well, my first things first, I'll admit it, I kind of screwed up a little bit, but it was only because I was very new and didn't know how certain things work. You know, like when you're new and you're trying to figure stuff out, and like, yeah, they kind of caught on that and everything. I was late, like maybe 2-3 times. I called, like, I would call ahead and say I'm gonna be a little bit late, but still, yeah. And also, just like my manager Ray, how do I put this ever so delicately? Oh, screw it. He was a Trump supporter. A fucking Trump supporter. Like, ugh. Like, he would sometimes just like talk about like certain political things, and I don't like to talk about politics too much. I really don't. If you've noticed by this channel, I really don't care for talking about politics. But yeah, he just talked about it a lot, and I said I think it kind of triggered when I was talking about this one thing that John Oliver said, and I thought it was really, really funny. And he just like was not laughing, and he told me that, and I was like, oh. And then like when a bunch of customers came in, it's like, yeah, let's not do. He's like, oh yeah, now you don't want to talk about it. It's like, of course I don't want to talk about it. I'm at my job right now. Like, leave me alone. But yeah, and also just like, I got just a iffy vibe about Ray. It's just, he was nice at first, but it's just like, you know, when you, much like what happened with whoever the fuck I talked about when I was talking about Tim Hortons, his true color started to show. I also will admit the fact that I had a little crush on one of my co-workers. Well, for this particular video, we'll call him Sam. Yes, I'm admitting to it. Y'all act like I never had a crush on co-workers before. Shut the fuck up, bitch. But yeah, it was just, yeah, I wanted to let him know, but I didn't really want to let him know. But yeah, he was really cute. He liked writing, and just, yeah, that did not work out well. And just, no, never again. Jesus. Okay, but for real, so let me tell y'all how I got fired. So first things first, I didn't have any write-ups. Like I said, I would try to come to work on time. I would do my thing. I'd be super nice to customers and like make conversation with them and like make them buy a whole bunch of shit they didn't need. And there was this one time though. So one thing y'all need to know, we took credit cards, of course, like what store does not take a credit card or debit card. And this one lady had bought this stuff and everything. I was backing up her stuff and like, you know, checking her out and everything. But she swiped her card before I could like ring everything up to a total, and it didn't run, and I didn't run through properly. And then I ended up having to ring her up again, and it ran through properly, and that was that, and I just went on with my day. And then we were closing that day, so I would never like count the register or anything. I count the register at my new job and everything, but I never count the register. So when like I'm getting my stuff in the back and make sure everything's all nice and clean and, you know, squeaky and deaky, Ray calls me up and he's like, hey, so we got a problem. There's $20 missing from the register, and you were the only one that was on the register. I'm like, I didn't tell him that part, but I felt like I should. But I did end up telling him what happened, but he just looked at me and just was like this the whole time. And I said, okay, well, what do we do here? He said, you got two options. I can either write you up, or you can put that back in there. And at the time, I wasn't getting that many hours at the time. And I should also mention to the fact that I did have a second job, and I was like working back and forth between the two. I was working at my school's bookstore, which I'll say for another video. I just want to tell you guys that. But at the time, I wasn't getting that many hours with FYE at the time. They weren't scheduling me. I should also mention that at my other job, I didn't get fired at my other job. They just kind of like let me go because it was like kind of like a shifter thing, and I'll explain it in another video maybe someday. I don't know. But yeah. So like he told me that I have to pay that up. So I'm like, okay. Now here's the thing. They weren't giving me enough hours, and here's the thing. You get paid every week when you work at FYE. It's $10 an hour. And I only had like a little bit in my wallet. Not that much in my bank account, but a little bit in my wallet. And in my wallet was exactly like, I think either $50 or $40. And that money was going to go to my bus pass. Because I don't know if you guys realize, I take the bus everywhere I go. And what happened was, I was going to use that money to go get me a bus pass. But it didn't matter because I still had to pay that up. So I was taking money out of my pocket to replace this other money, so that way it could be even, and I wouldn't have to get written up. And that was going to where the transportation that I used to get to and from my job. You want to know what happened? He still wrote me up. And I guess he still cut my hours because I was not working for a long time. I was still getting like a few checks, like because it was direct deposit, but I was not working at all. And I was just like, wow. So and now I gotta tell you guys about exactly how I didn't stop working there anymore. So what made me not work there anymore was that eventually Ray did text me. Ray did text me, and he told me that you can come back to work on Thursday. Now, this is when I had just started classes for the summer. I just finished up my spring semester. I was going to take some summer classes to try to, you know, get my head together, get my head in the game and whatever. And what happened was, he told me that it was like Thursday of that week before. Like, he literally texted me and said, you're working that Thursday beforehand. And I said, okay, that's fine, that's cool. But I did also say that I had class as well, but I said I'll figure it out. So like the first week that I have classes and it's on a Thursday, I get on my bus to go to class, and Ray texts me and he's like, where were you at? You were supposed to come in. And like I said, he told me the week after, not this week. And I said, I had class and I thought you said this week. He said, no, I meant here. Didn't you like read my text? I said, I did, but you clearly said, like, he wrote the date on the text. Bruh, like, what is your problem? But yeah, so eventually, like, he just like said, you know, I'm just gonna have to fire you now, right? And he fired me right then and there on the spot. And I would tell you that I was sad about it and I did want to cry, but I wasn't. I was like, you know what? It is what it is, because got tired of working there anyway, and you know what? I come in there and did my job, it's whatever. So, fine. I guess I am fired. It's whatever. But yeah, I think this was also a bad call on his part, because like I said before, Ray Ray was the manager, and I remember distinctly that this lady who was like one of the head of the store, she worked at the FYE that was all the way out in Greenfield at Great Lakes Mall, outlet mall, and she was like one of the heads there and everything, and she was like very strict and stern. I don't remember her name, so we're just gonna call her Sarah. And I think she was kind of pissed off with Ray Ray a little bit, because when she came that day, she like saw all the shit that was in the back, because there was like a lot of junk in the back of the store that just was just a whole bunch of bullshit, and that wasn't stacked, that wasn't like properly taken out of and everything. So that's a thing, and she was mad, and I think like he couldn't afford to like fire me, but he did it anyway, and I think it ended up getting him fired, because after like the few times I went over there to try to go flirt with Sam, but it didn't happen, he was not there, and I think he got fired, and then they eventually replaced him. So yeah, that's the story of how I got fired at FYE, and I'm not even worried about it now. I work at a different store, and it's really cool and everything. Everything's nice, everything's peachy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. I want to hear you guys' stories about where you've gotten fired from, if you ever got fired before, or the jobs that you've had, because I just want to read some. I'm very interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and 200 guys. 200. Oh wow, I just thank you guys so much, and like I said, I hope we get to 300 and beyond. I love you guys so much with the peace and the pizza.